Hello everybody, welcome to the next episode. In the last episode we got the Triforce Shard in an overlooked island, and if you notice, we are back home in Outset. That's because the next shard is actually closer to home than you think. So come up here, make sure the wind is blowing roughly towards the west. And you want to fly over here to where this giant stone statue is. This statue that's staring us down. So our next Triforce Shard is actually right in there, which is surprisingly right next to our house. So we have been living right next to a shard this entire time. However, it is not going to be easy. Welcome to a mini dungeon of sort. This is the Savage Labyrinth. So you get some fairies. I have 2 fairies in my bottle, and I've went and used up my elixir soup and got some new soup. So what is the gimmick of the Savage Labyrinth? Basically, I think there's 40 or 50 floors of this place. And basically, you know those battle dungeons that we've been finding? Well, imagine this, but on steroids. Basically, you go room to room to room, proceeding down further and further into the dungeon, fighting varieties of enemies. Typically in much larger numbers than what you're used to fighting, and in some cases in some combinations that you're probably not used to fighting as well. The major difference, the enemies in there do not drop items of any kind. They do not drop hearts, they do not drop magic, they do not drop consumables. So you go in with what you've got. There is a way to get items off the enemies down there, but that is the main challenge. It's mainly a test of your skill. The Savage Labyrinth. Deep in the never-ending darkness, the golden shard you seek awaits. Well, let's go down there and find it. So this is probably going to take a couple of episodes because this place is big, if I remember correctly. Now, the Savage Labyrinth starts you off pretty easy. It has you fight some pretty low-level enemies that Link can easily deal with. But as you get deeper, you will start encountering stronger enemies and stronger variants of those enemies. And like I said, it will also throw a combination of enemies you're probably not used to fighting. How did you... And that was a home run! So yeah, it eases you into it. I lost my double damage. Also, the enemies in the Savage Labyrinth are a lot more aggressive than normal. Oh, into the fire. Ouch. This kind of dungeon would return in later Zeldas, as it would return in a few other titles, most notably in, Twilight Princess, where in Twilight Princess is probably the hardest version of this type of challenge they ever brought back, where I think it was like, what, 90 or 100 floors in that one? And technically it was double to like, I think it's like 200 or something like that if you are playing HD. If you were playing the HD version and you have the Wolf Link amiibo to do the Wolf Link dungeon. Okay, how did you not get killed? There you go. Of course, we have some noisy cars driving around outside. Of course. Why does every noisy thing want to possibly happen whenever I start recording? Now, I'm recording in the morning, too. Which is is my usual recording time. So yeah, as you can see, they do not drop items at all. There is a way to force them to drop items though. If you use your grappling hook, you can steal items off them. So if you need like hearts, you can use the grappling hook to steal a heart off them. So that way you do have a way to get some items, to get some health back and even some consumables. So I would recommend using your grappling hook if you're in a pinch. But otherwise, yeah, the enemies do not drop items on their own. Also, you sort of have to do this dungeon in one go. You cannot just leave and come back and continue from where you were. I believe if you save, there's only certain floors in the game that will let you save, if I remember correctly. Or at least let you save without losing your progress. Also, if enemies have items that you want, you can also steal their items. So this could be a good way to get certain items if there are certain quest items you've yet to get. As you will be encountering a lot of those enemies. But about every 10 floors, usually, you will come to sort of a rest area. Where, you could break pots and get lots of rupees. And also usually, items and hearts. Which I think adjusts what they drop depending on how badly you did. And also if you need like magic and stuff for later on. Also, I believe if you save in these rooms, the game will let you stay in those rooms without you losing your progress. Where I think before, if you try to save in the other rooms, I forget if the game just doesn't allow you to save, or it does let you save, but then resets you back to the beginning of the dungeon. Yeah, this is the whole main challenge of the Savage Labyrinth. And let me see. I'm pretty sure I have your photo. Alright, you die instantly to the boomerang. I forgot you die instantly to this. As you notice, enemies will still drop certain items if they have those items. Like, primarily if they have, like, the weapons they're carrying. So you can use them against the enemy. But I would recommend having your boomerangs, that way you can stun more powerful enemies. When you encounter them, to make them more tolerable, especially when they gang up on you. Yeah, these guys are so weak they died to one hit to our fully powered up Master Sword. Thankfully, the enemy's health isn't increased or anything like that, so they still die relatively quickly depending on how strong you are. So typically, you always want to save these type of dungeons, especially in the latest Zeldas when they do appear, for last, where you have a fully powered up Link. And also, you usually either have a lot of hearts or you are maxed out on hearts. As well as maxed out on all your consumables. to make your trek through these dungeons a lot more survivable. Can I hit one of these pots from here? No, but it would have killed the Chew if they were out. He broke his friend's pot. Let's proceed deeper. Whoa! That's right, I backflipped and dodged both of their attacks. I thought I would still get hit. Yeah, as you can see, we never fought those things alongside bokoblins, so yeah, it will occasionally throw unique ouch scenarios at you. Also, you'll sometimes even encounter enemies you fought before very rarely, like these guys. Oh, that was a little bit of slowdown. Thankfully, you don't need to kill these little guys. Replenish. Also, whenever you reach these rest areas, you can leave the dungeon if you desire. Just do note that you will not be continuing where you left. You will have to redo the entire dungeon. Lash you with a fire! Okay, I love that I dodged the fireballs only to get caught by the very end. These guys. One link, lock on. Get 2 for 1. Have them spin out of control. To get another 2 for 1. As my alarmo goes off. So you're hearing innately destroying boxes. Now, the dungeon will also provide for you, in certain circumstances, like these guys. There's bomb flowers here to defeat the Armos Knights if, for whatever reason, you... How did that miss? If, for whatever reason, you come in here without bombs, or you used up all your bombs. But usually, these dungeons are nice and don't put you in impossible situations. Oh, you asshole! Of course it was an electric chew. Yeah, I don't think we ever see them bust out of pots. Oh, I'll spin and kill all the bokoblins that are in here. No. Of course it's an electric chew. Alright, we got a bunch of bubbles. And they are easily dead. Alright, we got a bokoblin and a dark nut. Can we deal with the bokoblins without awakening the dark nut? That way we can deal with... of course this bokoblin's gonna hang out very close to the dark nut. Really? I was about to say, that aggroed you? How would the arrow aggro you? Let's steal your stuff. Stop blocking! Oh, let's take on the dark nut. Okay, I was hoping you would swing in a way that would let me take out your helmet. There we go. Thanks for the heart. Did it really just free these guys? It can't be that simple. I thought so. It's like, it can't be just free Armos. Ah, you son of a bitch. Got me when I was locking the animation. Alright, I saw your eyes light up. So I know you're not real skulls. Throw it in your mouth. Ooh, dark nut and a golden one. Let's deal with you first. What? Okay, I hate this bullshit. Oh, thank you for hitting your friend. I hate this bullshit where I do the counter and then it doesn't break the helmet. There you go. Remember that boomerang trick I mentioned? Yeah, use it when you're fighting gangs of enemies like these guys. Did I actually kill the other one? Oh, apparently I did. I didn't realize I killed him. I guess he must have took more damage from his buddy than I thought. So here we can claim our prize. Which is a lot of rupees. We're actually finally maxed out on rupees. Right, let's grab our Triforce Shard. We've gotten the Savage Triforce Shard. You need 4 more. No! I didn't mean to go back up. I'm gonna have to go all the way back down there. Well, I'm gonna go back through the Savage Labyrinth, so I'm gonna cut here, and I'm gonna meet you back in that room. So if you enjoyed this episode, do like the videos, it helps tremendously. Subscribe if you haven't already. leave a comment down below on your thoughts this episode, and share the video so that way more people can discover my content, help the channel grow. And I'll see you all in the next episode. Later.